What is it really like to have an extremely high IQ? Most people think it's a gift, a fast pass to success, happiness, and an easy life. But the reality is far more complicated. Psychology has been studying highly intelligent people for over a century, and what they've found is that extreme intelligence comes with a unique set of struggles that most people never even consider. Let's start with the numbers. An average IQ is around 100. Gifted starts at about 130. But extremely high IQ, the kind we're talking about today, is above 145, putting someone in the top 0.1% of the population. That means if you're in a room with 1,000 people, you might be the only one. This statistical rarity alone creates a fundamental challenge. It is very difficult to find people who truly understand how you think. One of the most well-documented findings in intelligence research is the correlation between high IQ and existential depression. This isn't regular sadness. It's a deep, persistent awareness of life's biggest problems, injustice, mortality, meaninglessness, suffering, that most people manage to ignore or minimize. People with extremely high IQ see the full picture, and they can't unsee it. They think about consequences that others don't consider, they perceive patterns that others miss, and they anticipate problems that others can't even imagine. This constant awareness can be exhausting. Research by Linda Silverman at the Gifted Development Center found that highly intelligent individuals often experience what she calls existential dread, a recurring sense that something is fundamentally wrong with the world, even when their personal life is going well. They might have a good job, a loving family, and financial stability, yet they still feel a vague but persistent unease. This is not a mental illness. It's a byproduct of seeing too clearly. Then there's the loneliness. Studies have consistently shown that people with extremely high IQs report higher levels of social isolation than the general population. This isn't because they're antisocial or socially awkward, although some are. It's because meaningful connection requires intellectual compatibility. Imagine trying to have a deep conversation about something that fascinates you, and the other person simply can't follow. Not because they're not smart, but because your brain operates at a speed and depth that they can't match. Now imagine that happening with almost everyone you meet. This leads to what psychologists call the communication gap. People with extremely high IQs often struggle to simplify their thoughts for others. They see nuance, complexity, and connections that are difficult to compress into everyday language. When they try to explain something, they might over-explain, include too many qualifications, or lose their audience entirely. Others may perceive them as arrogant, pedantic, or condescending, when they're actually just trying to be precise. There's also a surprising finding about high IQ and emotional sensitivity. Research has shown that gifted individuals often experience emotions more intensely than average. This is called overexcitability, a concept developed by Polish psychologist Kazimierz Dabrowski. People with high IQ don't just think more deeply. They feel more deeply. They react more strongly to beauty, to injustice, to cruelty, and to loss. This heightened emotional sensitivity combined with their intellectual awareness creates a double burden. They see the world's problems clearly and they feel them intensely. In school, children with extremely high IQs face a unique set of challenges. Many are bored out of their minds because the curriculum moves too slowly. Some act out and get labeled as troublemakers. Others withdraw and get labeled as shy. And a surprising number underachieve deliberately because standing out feels unsafe. Research shows that up to 20% of gifted students drop out of high school, a statistic that shocks most people. These aren't failing students. They're students who weren't challenged. The workplace presents similar challenges. People with extremely high IQs often become frustrated in standard work environments. They see inefficiencies that others accept, they identify solutions that others ignore, and they get bored by repetitive tasks that others tolerate. This can make them seem difficult, impatient, or uncooperative. In reality, they're simply underutilized. Studies have found that the most common career complaint among highly intelligent people is not money or status. It's the lack of intellectual stimulation. Another surprising finding is the relationship between high IQ and imposter syndrome. You would think that someone with an IQ above 145 would feel confident about their abilities. But research shows the opposite. Highly intelligent people are often acutely aware of how much they don't know. They understand the vastness of knowledge and their own limitations within it. This creates a paradox. The smarter you are, the more you doubt yourself, because you can see the gaps in your own understanding. Creativity and high IQ also have a complicated relationship. While high IQ provides the raw processing power for creative thinking, it doesn't guarantee creativity. Many people with extremely high IQs are highly analytical but not particularly creative. They excel at solving defined problems but struggle with open-ended, ambiguous challenges that require thinking beyond existing frameworks. The ones who do combine high IQ with genuine creativity are among the rarest individuals in the world. Perhaps the most poignant finding is about happiness. Research by intelligence researcher Ruth Karpinski found that people with IQs above 130 report significantly higher rates of mood disorders, anxiety, and depression than the general population. The very trait that allows them to see so much also exposes them to so much. It's like having a telescope pointed at both the stars and the abyss. But it's not all struggle. People with extremely high IQs also report moments of extraordinary clarity, experiences of deep aesthetic appreciation, and the ability to find meaning in complexity that others find bewildering. They can see beauty in a mathematical equation, elegance in a logical argument, and wonder in the structure of the universe. Their intelligence, when channeled well, allows them to contribute to humanity in ways that few others can. If you're someone with an extremely high IQ, the most important lesson is this: your intelligence is not a burden to endure but a tool to master. Finding your tribe, whether that's a community of like-minded thinkers or a meaningful field of work, can transform isolation into connection. And if you love someone with a high IQ, the best gift you can give them is understanding, not judgment. So here's the question for you today. Has your intelligence ever felt more like